Hello everybody and welcome back. Have you ever wanted to build a cannon that can destroy anything in its path, has tons of range, and is completely deadly? Well, look no further, because you found the right place. Today, I'm going to show you how to build the belly turret cannon. So first of all, I need to give full credit to Becky Hour for designing this belly turret cannon. It is pretty amazing, as I said. And basically, it has two projectile dispensers, which dispense 5 TNT, I believe, each. So that's 10 projectiles. And these get fired by 8 propellant dispensers. And that allows for absolutely tons of range. And the range is about 200 blocks. I haven't measured it fully, but somewhere around that. So you can hit things, you can hit targets that are really far away from you. Now, the other good feature about the belly turret cannon, as you can see here, it's been mounted onto the shadow of the Reefa 2. And basically, the other good thing about the belly turret cannon is that it is very hard to hit. Now, that was a weird lag spike, but basically it's very hard to hit. So if you were aiming for this ship right here, it would be hard to hit. Another thing I need to mention is that this cannon is compatible with Movecraft. It only has one input, which I will show later, which means that you can actually use it as a turret with Movecraft, and you can turn it in 3 different directions, which is really useful, which means you can aim in different areas. But don't worry, if you're not here because you want to implement it with Movecraft, then that's not a problem, because this cannon worked perfectly without Movecraft, and it just works with Movecraft because it only has one input, which it can kind of rotate around. So yeah, that's all I have to say about the belly turret cannon. I'll now show you the 4 different ranges that it has, and then we'll move on to the tutorial. Now, let's take a look at a scenario. Picture this. A light cruiser, cruising through the wilderness slowly but surely. It's getting a bit late, even though the weather doesn't seem to be very late and the captain's tired. He sees a ridge ahead, and he'll just dock his little ship on it, whatever, and he's gonna take a little break, because he's tired, you know, that's what you do, right? Anyway, so he's gonna dock his little light cruiser onto the little ridge here. He's gonna take a bit of a nap. What he doesn't see to the left, something strange, something dark, something embedded into a mountain. But he's still cruising along, getting close to his destination. Just a few more cruises until he's finally able to dock at the little ridge. Now, over at the mysterious mountain, the pirate looks through a hole. He sees, ooh, look, more prey for us to kill. Fresh loot. I don't know, I'm just trying to make a pirate impression, okay? You need to bear with me here. Okay, so, he sees it. He's like, okay, we need to get this. So he walks over to his amazing little machine, sets the setting, and clicks the button. There's a big noise, and an explosion. The light cruiser is hit. He fires again, just to make sure that it will sink. Now, it looks like we've penetrated the whole of the lower section. It's too much for the light cruiser, and as the captain perishes, the craft sinks, with nothing to hold it back up. Doesn't look like this airship will be flying anytime soon. So, now that I've shown you the amazing power of just 2 of these belly turret cannons in action, I think it's time we move on to the tutorial. So, alright guys, so as you can see, I've set up this little thing to show you the different height settings of the belly turret cannon, and as you can see, the first balloon gets taken out easily there, the second balloon will get taken out as the setting switches up higher, and now there's only one balloon left, but it's actually higher than TNT cannon. But no worries, because that's going to get taken out. The TNT cannon will just switch to a higher setting, the TNT will get loaded up and fired, and the balloon gets taken out. Now, let's move on to the tutorial. Okay then, so as you can see, I've now stripped away the armor from the belly turret cannon, and you can see the redstone now. As I mentioned before, this cannon only has one input, and that is this sticky piston attached to a redstone block. Now the reason for this is because if you want it to be compatible with Movecraft, and it's going to be sitting under an overhang or like underneath a ship, you need to power it from above, and you can't power it from the sides, otherwise you won't be able to turn. But as I said, you can still use this cannon in a normal vanilla Minecraft. Movecraft only just has the ability basically to turn it and to control it. That's the only things that adds to this cannon. And basically what happens is, this piston will extend and it will power the redstone, which will in turn power the propellant dispensers, and that, when that piston contracts again, it will power the projectile dispensers, and they will dispense their TNT, which will fly into the enemy or target or whatever you want to hit basically. Now, the cannon itself, if you were using Movecraft, would rotate around this piston. What I mean by that is, underneath here is your command sign, and you would put whatever you put here, you'd put subcraft rotate and so on, or just turret, and you could rotate it around that sign, which is why the piston is in the middle. Now, I'm not going to explain the full details of how this cannon works, but I will say that it is pretty simple. The bulk of it is just timing circuits, like right here. You're basically just timing how this piston extends, and like over here you're just timing again, and that is for this comparator. It's just to dispense the rapid fire TNT. Now, yeah, I think I've covered everything. So basically, this is all you need to run this thing. So you would you could make this infinitely long, I guess, and you would just attach it to here, attach it to the sticky piston itself. Now, one thing I need to stress actually is, if you are using Movecraft, then you need to make sure that the turret itself is separate from your wiring that goes into it, so that it's separate from the piston, because otherwise the piston could connect to the wiring, and that would cause issues when you were trying to rotate it, and I've had that problem before. So I'll just replace this with black wool, which in my .craft file isn't part of a turret. So basically you would just extend this to wherever you basically want to have your input, which will be a wooden button. It has to be a wooden button because this cannon relies heavily on timing to dispense the TNT and so on. And basically you're gonna have a little pulse extender here, and it's very simple. Basically what it does is it just prolongs the pulse, and I need to connect this. Here we go. And that will connect to it, and the cannon will fire. There we go. So, to adjust the range, all you need to do is really put more clicks in this repeater. So 2 clicks is kind of the same, just slightly more elevated. Not that much big of a difference, but when we get to 3 clicks, 4 clicks, that's when we start to see a difference. And this is why this cannon is so good, because it can really, you can basically shoot things that are above it, and things that are at the same level, and even things that are below it. And that's why the cannon is really good for Movecraft, because you can basically shoot airships that are above you and below you and in front of you, and it's harder to hit as well because it's underneath your ship. And yeah, for normal survival purposes in vanilla Minecraft without Movecraft, I would still say that this cannon is one of the best, because its destructive power can literally kill a mountain in like seconds. Well, not in seconds, but you get my point. Anyway, so yeah, that's all you need. I guess you could just copy this with a screenshot. You can take your screenshots right now, and that's all you have to do. Make sure that this repeater right here is on 4 clicks, because that's important for the timing mechanism, and this repeater is your repeater that you change basically. So 1 click for short range, not for short range, sorry, for same elevation, 2 clicks for slightly bigger but kind of same, 3 clicks for higher, and 4 clicks for even higher elevation. Make sure this is a wooden button and you've placed it on top of the block. That will make sure that it will power this repeater and the redstone above it. And that's all you need to do. And now I'm going to show you how to build this baby. So stay tuned. Alright then, here are the things that you need to build this amazing cannon. The TNT, the light grey wool, and the grey stained clay are going to be like, I don't know exactly how many of them we're going to use, but you want to make sure that the light grey wool and the grey stained clay are in your specified, list of specified blocks that can go on a turret in your Movecraft types folder. That's only if you're using Movecraft. You can use whatever block you want, just make sure that it's reasonable. And TNT, well, basically this cannon soaks up like 18 TNT per shot. Yes, 18 TNT per shot. 18 TNT per shot, so 64, that would last you like, I don't know, 3 shots that would last you, and then it would run out. So I would probably recommend bringing a few more stacks than just one, because if you're going to be using this cannon a lot, especially on an airship, then you probably want to have a couple of stacks in each dispenser. Other than that, the probably most expensive thing is going to be TNT. Dispensers might be a bit expensive, but not too much, and repeaters, it's also not too bad. You should be able to get that easily. So why don't we get building, shall we? Okay then, so you want to clear a 7 by 11 area, and this red stained glass, which is 3 blocks away from the back edge and 3 blocks away from either side, is going to be where your input / piston is going to be. Now if you are going to be implementing this design into an existing airship, like the Shadow of the Deep Refit 2 as Backyard is done here, basically you want to make sure that the very bottom of your ship, the last layer, bottom layer, is wider than 7 blocks, because otherwise you could get a bit of a tight squeeze. But you want to make sure that it's wider than 7 blocks, so it's wider than the design, maybe by like 1 block. It should be fine, somewhere around there. And you want to, up from there, you want to clear 5 blocks. So the first 2 blocks are here, like as you can see. The first 2 blocks are kind of hanging from it, I guess you could say, from the bottom of the ship, and then the rest of the wiring is actually inside it. So these two are going to be hanging, and then this is going to be like your layer, like the bottom of your ship right here. And so from there you just want to clear 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of space. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started. So we want to build 6 blocks up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 more, and break the one underneath and place our sticky piston. Now it's going to be our input. Just rid of these blocks, and we're going to place down a redstone block there. Now we want to count down 3 more blocks with our light grey wool, whichever wool you are using for your turret. Light grey wool is my turret block, and then you just want to place in wool like this. You're gonna have to bear with me here, like this, and redstone here and here. Repeaters on full delay, going into more blocks, like this. Actually, we don't need that block, sorry. Now, we need some dispensers. Just place that there for now. And we're gonna have 3 dispensers up the top, 3 dispensers at the side, and 3 dispensers on the left side. Now, we'll have redstone here, and block here, and here. And and that way we can get those dispensers powered. And then blocks, not block. Yeah, okay, right, so that is our first part of wiring done. Now we're gonna move on to the rapid fire thingy bobby, whatever you want to call it. And you want to basically take these out here. Make sure you're putting the repeaters on full delay, each one. One more, and then this goes into a block. This block, right next to it. I'm going to place a comparator facing that way, and make sure that this comparator is in subtraction mode. And then that will go into a block. Here you want to place a block, and a repeater, which is going to basically do the subtraction thingy-mabobby, whatever you want to call it. And here you want to place your first blocks of armor. Now that's just for the cannon itself. You will see why once we start to cover it up. If you are using Movecraft, then you need to do this. If not, then it doesn't really matter. But you want to place 2 redstone dust on that, and then place more redstone dust here, and then one more, and then here you just want to place a block. Do not place redstone dust on that because otherwise it will power that. And then just place a repeater coming out of that block. Place blocks like this. Another block, a repeater facing this way. Redstone dust. 2 more blocks, a repeater, and redstone dust. Not redstone block, redstone dust. And here you want to place 2 more pieces of armor, or whatever block you're using for that. 1 more piece here. 2 more pieces here, like that. And then here you're going to just place your projectile dispensers. Now in case you haven't realized, this cannon is facing that way. Okay, right. Now we've got that. All we need to do now is place in our piston circuit. Our normal piston circuit, basically. You'll see what I mean. So you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks like this, and repeaters on full delay on each one. Sorry about my clicking, if you can hear it. And then 2 blocks like this, redstone dust on top of there, and then you want to get your normal piston, not sticky, place it down there. You want to have 2 normal blocks here, here, then you want to take your slab, place it here, and then 2 normal blocks here, and your fence post right there. The reason for the slab is so that the fence post does not connect to that. It's very important. If you don't do that, your cannon will not work and it will blow up, so make sure you do that. Then you can place blocks here. You can place whatever block you want here, but I would recommend wool, as it will help you with your lift. If you're using Movecraft, you want to get signs. You want to place a sign here, and you want to place 2 blocks like this, and you want to place another sign there. Now we want to fill up the dispensers. So the first dispenser over there will have water in it, then these ones over here will have the propellant TNT. So if you're running low on TNT, then put less in these dispensers than you're putting in the projectile dispensers, because these will only fire once per triggering, while the others will fire 5 times each because they are projectile dispensers. So I'm gonna put 3 in each one of these, and there we go. Now, just to add one more thing, it's not complete yet, as you still want to put in your water timing mechanism. That's very simple. You just want to place 2 blocks here, redstone dust, repeater on full delay, more blocks, more repeaters on full delay, 2 repeaters on their own full delay actually, going into a block, and then underneath that block, another block, and then redstone dust like this, and there you go. And that will power that dispenser with the water again to switch it off, and there we go. That is your turret done. So I'm just going to link this up to another timing circuit, and I'll be right back. So there we go, I have now added in the timing circuit, and let's just see what we can do. just press this button right here, and that will trigger it. As you can see, everything is working perfectly, and it will blow up my chest. Okay then. So yeah, that works. And there you have yourself a working belly turret cannon. Now, if this is all you wanted to build and you didn't want to implement it with Movecraft, that's perfectly fine. You can now, I guess, stop watching the video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, gameplays, and tutorials. But if you do want to implement this design further into an airship, then obviously you're going to need to do some covering up. I mean, come on, you're not going to have this thing dangling from your belly. I mean, from the belly of an airship. It just doesn't look good, does it? So I'll just walk you through the process of covering this thing up. But if you are leaving now, then thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Leave a like, and remember to subscribe. Alright then, so if we start, let's just get this bottom bit done up. I recommend making these things long so it looks like an actual gun, and you know where the gun is pointing to. And let's do this, and then we'll cover up the bottom part. Make it pretty. And the reason I left the stained glass there, I'll explain in a minute. So I'm covering this up. You want to make sure that you get all of this covered, just so you don't get exposed from enemy fire, charges. Catch up with this. That. Right here, like this. Pretty much. Actually, wait, I did that wrong. Yeah, like that. And then place this repeater and put it on there like that. And that is your first part done. Now to replace some stuff. Well, we can take out of that. Let me just reference this because I need to get this right. Okay, so we can do that. Yeah, so we can just take out this. We will replace it. And then, yeah, like that. There we go. And we can also replace this block here. Okay, so that's your first stage. First two stages, I should say, rather. Now, I would recommend making these a little bit more colorful if you have other things in your .craft file. I'm just doing this so that the video doesn't get too long, but I would use, like, not brown, but I would use black tin clay as well to make it a bit more camouflagey. You know, you could put it in every so often, and it will look much better. Now, just need to put in your sign here. You want to make sure it's right underneath the piston. I've actually lost where the hole was, but you basically want to put your sign here. And for demonstration purposes, I'll just put subcraft rotate belly turret 1. And there we go, and then you put belly turret 1 on your remote sign, and it will work perfectly fine. Actually, wait, I did that wrong, sorry. You want to place it on the wool, because otherwise it will be easier to hit if someone's firing at you, and you know you want this bit patched up at the bottom to make it look pretty as well. So there you go. Let me just set it to day again. Right, okay. So for the next part, you're gonna need to get some more wool. You're gonna want to cover up basically all the parts that you see are exposed, because these bits are just going to give you extra weight, and we don't want that. So basically after that, you basically just want to copy this and put it on top of your design, so you can take a screenshot right now or pause the video and basically just copy all that into your design. I just forgot to mention that this block should not be here. This one should just be simply replaced buy another block like brown, which will not match with the turret, and then it will simply just be covered up like on the design right over here. Just to clarify that in case anybody gets confused, starts complaining. So yeah, just to make sure that this block is brown. In my case it's brown wool because that's what in the .craft file is. And that's, but it's not in the specified turret. So this, all the brown stained clay is not part of the turret and should not be part of the turret. So make sure that the block that you are replacing, or if you are using brown stained clay, just make sure that it is brown stained clay. And if you're not, then make sure it is a block that is not included in your .craft turret file. Just make sure that you know that. And then just keep going, and then I'll show you the next layer. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the next layer. Only this layer and another layer to go, and then we're done. The reason for all this is just so that the rotation works and well, so that the rotating of the reason for all this is so that the rotation works. So that's why we've got like symmetrical patterns going on here, so that when we turn the turret, it will actually fit into where it needs to turn to, and you're still able to put wool around it so that the ship can actually fly. So yeah, just as usual, follow that. Remember, your turret is facing this way because repeaters are here underneath. There are the dispensers. So just keep that in mind, and yeah, you can pause the video now and keep building that. And then just one more layer to go, and then I'll just show you what. I mean, there's really not much else to do once you've done these two layers, and then you just put up your wiring, and then it's all done. So let's move on to the next layer. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final layer that is required, and basically, in case you're wondering why there's iron here, that's just because I've taken this from the Shadow of the Deep, and it has the cells that prevent it from sinking easier. And this is just light grey stained clay. It is in my turret craft thingy-mabobby, whatever you want to call it. So make sure that these blocks are part of the craft. You can just think of them as like extra clay, but not this kind of clay, like the light grey. No, not light grey, sorry, that is light grey. Like the black stained clay or the grey stained clay. Like that. So these are just blocks. I don't know why back here I did that, but there you go. And that will be your final layer. Your piston is here, and then basically all you need to do after that is you can just cover it up with whatever you want, but make sure that it's not part. Make sure you cover it up with blocks that are not part of the craft. And in case you are wondering what this strange thing right here on either side is, that's basically where your turret is going to fit in once you turn it. So right here, I've turned the turret to the right side, and as you can see, it fits in perfectly. And this whole spiral shape, that's where the rest of the redstone will go. And if we turn it back, right here, it will just fit into there, nicely and snugly. This is the position you want to have by default if you're storing your turrets underneath. Now I have to remember to say this. Well, I have remembered to say it now. But basically, don't fire your TNT cannons, your belly turret cannons, when they are facing forward like this if you are storing them underneath your ship, because you will blow up, basically, because it won't be able to fire. So only fire your belly turret cannons when they are facing in a direction, either left or right. Now remember, this can only be turned left, right, and forward, not backwards. So yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. And if you do enjoy these kind of tutorials, or you want me to make more, or there was something you didn't understand in this, be sure to chuck a comment down below and leave a like, and that will show me that you do want more of these videos. And yeah, remember to check out Backyard. He's amazing. He's got an awesome airship pirates video series if you're into Movecraft and stuff. And even if you're not, it's great fun to watch. The storyline is awesome. And yeah, he's the core developer of Movecraft, so yeah, make sure to check him out. If you have any queries about Movecraft, you can ask him on the forums or whatever. Just go over to his channel, he has everything there that you need. And yeah, if you did enjoy, then leave a like as I said, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe for more videos, gameplays, and tutorials, and have a great day everybody. Goodbye.